Good morning. I figured I'd come in here and talk to you guys for a few. See what you're all up to this morning. I only have a little bit of time, but I figured I'd say hello and see how your guys' week has been.
Who's a bad girl now? Who's a bad girl now? Who's a bad girl now? I'm such a bad, bad girl.
Good morning, y'all. Is it hot where y'all are at? Tell me what your weather's like. Hey, X. Hey, a one-way street. Hey, Shelly, Hummingbird, Crazy Grandma, Nursekins, Pika, Marie, Rondi, One Step Closer, Catherine, Hope, Jujubee, I Am Groat, Butterfly, Suze, Lucky, Heartland Honey, Thor, Tobeans, Rainbow Bee, Sparrow, Always Me 1969, Jolene 420, Heartland Honey, I love your name, Marcy, Lindsay, Lavina, Jaguars, Chapped, I just texted you back, you better be safe. Glory, Scout, Genealogy, Andy, Scorching, Stifling Heat, Hey Muffin Mouse, Miss Katrina, Heating Up but Not Too Bad, Spooky Paws, Hey Brat, 75, I'm coming to Michigan. 85, you're getting rain. Hot and humid. I couldn't, nope, no thank you for me. By the way, hello, Rhonda and Emerald Skies. Stitching in Leather, Sama, Julie, Upstate, 75. Hey, Rondi, overcast in Portland. That's pretty typical Portland weather. Hey, Steven's Adventures. Hey, Wendy. Major storms. Ugh. You guys all stay safe. 78, cloudy, a chance of rain. Donna, can I trade you guys? 81 and 77. Oh, Rainbow Bee. No, thank you. 88 feels like 99. Catherine, Marie, good morning. Pretty decent. 68. Y'all, I'll trade any of you. Hey, Patty. Hey, White Lie. 59. You were in the Twilight Zone? 100 degrees into night. Yep, that's what we're dealing with, too. Hey, Diana. Hey, it's me, Tiffany. Scout winter by you guys. Yep, you guys are in the cooler season. It's supposed to be like 104, I think, today here. It's in the mid-90s right now. Hey, Erin. Hey, Teresa. 70, 71. Meg, see, I take all that. Hey, Emily. It's way too hot. Oh, Patty, come on over anytime. Lake this weekend. Oh, that'll be good. Oh, heat advisory. Yeah, we've been on a heat advisory. Crimson Moon. Oh, is Granny live? I'm not even sure what you guys are talking about. I just popped on because I feel like there's times when I just do not catch up much. And then the last 14 hours or so, I have been getting so many messages. So I wanted to come on and address it because I won't have time to do like a full content live today. So I want to talk about this morning because I've been getting blown up about this 19-year-old that was arrested on internet stuff. And I just kind of want to give you guys a little bit of a hold on, sit back. There's, we went through, some of you were here with me when we went over like all of the offenders in the area, the sex offenders. And I was showing you guys that they had went and checked in when Sebastian went missing. There was a bunch of local offenders that are registered offenders that the law enforcement, parole officers, probation officers, whoever oversees them, had went and checked in on. And a lot of those people had updated on their status. This could absolutely be coincidental. Yes, I know that he mentioned having a friend in Illinois that he played games with. However, he mentioned Chris at the same time. And if we're to take him on things that he says as fact, well, that will be a first because he's twisted and turned his story so many times that I don't even believe that he necessarily has a friend in Illinois. Granted, yes, that's his words on Jennifer Coffendorfer, but still, like, I I see people running with this as it's true, and I really want people to be very careful because right now there's not any charges to link that together, and people are jumping the gun and putting out, like, if it's not related, okay, it's great that this happened, that they are looking into this, but it could 100% be coincidental, absolutely coincidental, because they have been really highly investigating, offenders and internet sex crimes and things like that. So this could be a result of some of the investigation around those things, but not necessarily connected to them. And I need people to understand that because people are jumping the gun. And now I'm hearing, well, this is this and this is the friend. That's a 19-year-old. Granted, you can be anybody online. So he could have pretended to be a lot older, but we're jumping the gun and going a completely different direction now. I'm seeing so many people are like really going with this. And it's like, we don't have enough evidence to provide that, and hope that could be the case. Um, but sometimes they don't have uh, a preference either. It could be just across the board too. Like it does not seem related to me, and I think it's a very good moment for people to realize that law enforcement is doing their jobs. If for one thing you're seeing right now, it's that they're not laying down and taking anything lightly. They are investigating every single thing around the area. Yep. Wait and see. It's just like the lights for me. The lights situation. I'll be honest with you guys. I have questions about the lights and the scent. There are some things that just still I can't wrap my head around. I just cannot. Yeah, absolutely, Jaguars. I agree. Um, but just be careful and mindful because people are pushing out so much misinformation still. There is no factual updates here, you guys. There is just none. And I hate to say that. Oh, Tobians, I always forget about him too. Hey, Spudler. Exactly, Glory. Yep, they will. But people are running with it. I have questions about the lights. And here's the reason why. The reason I have questions is because we know that there's a lot of cameras in the area, right? So those people with cameras would have been able to go back and see what time did their trash truck come through. The reason I question that is because people continue to say, well, it's a trash truck, it's a trash truck. I'm surprised Bullshit and Bobby, the neighbor, and all of her little cronies have not went to the other neighbors and got video of the trash truck or the lack of trash truck. They would have videos of the trash truck coming through the neighborhood at the same time on other areas, and it would be easy to identify. I don't know. To me, it's easy to say that this is factually what it is. Oh, thank you, Yaya. Hey, Josh. It's too much. It's too much. Hey, awkward nerd. Um, Emily, on that, that's the thing is people need a villain and they're not even being realistic anymore. Like people have lost sight of what this is and what this isn't. BHB and her merry misfits that she associates with have really caused a ruckus and once again taken the focus off of Sebastian. And that's the intent. I hate to say it, but it's the intent. I also think that we are going to continue to review these interviews because I think there's stuff in there that people might have missed. And I really want to bring it back around because there's some fishy movements going on, of course. Intentional, but fishy. But just be really mindful of what you're hearing because there's no need to push these crazy narratives. Like now they're going to the extent of fucking trying to say it was possibly sus truck. That was Jay for Justice. And it's like, so we jump from one set, like, she just can't, like, I just can't. Sorry. That's one I cannot handle. She just jumps from one spot to the other. Dexter, it's too hot out here for you. Let's go give Dexter treats. Good morning, everybody. I know Nursey Ken's, it's not his. Like, people have lost all touch with reality on this case, truly. Give me 1 second. And it's like law enforcement is not just sitting there twiddling their thumbs, and these people act like they're not doing their jobs. Now, granted, I'm a little pissed off about them not protecting the Proudfoot family against Betty, but you also got to let it play out. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy to me. Hold on. There's just so much craziness, and it's really disheartening. Yep, absolutely. I know, Emerald Skies. I think about that too. Buster One, you have something with Clue. You continue to like come in here and attempt to go at Clue. What's your issue with Clue? Why do you have an issue with Clue? And expecting me to call Clue out, like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Seriously. I couldn't even tell you what she did yesterday. Call her out for what? What am I supposed to? You come in here and you say the randomest shit. Like, you say she does all this, that, and the other thing. Then fire up your channel and go call it out if you have a problem with it. Because Jay for Justice is dangerous to victims and their families. That's the difference. Because I know in active time, the narratives that Jay for Justice is painting. She's connected with JLR. Like, hello, it's not that hard. Wake up. 29-year-old? Who's a 29-year-old? Buster One? Who's a 29-year-old? What 29-year-old are you talking about? I give a shit about, like, here, Buster One, I'm sorry. I'm going to probably have to tell you this again. I don't give a shit about your dislike of certain creators. Go call them out. You got a channel, fire it up. If you don't like what they're doing, go fire it up. Don't come over here expecting me to call out people you don't like for shit that I don't even know what's going on. Buster One seems to really have a weird something with Clue. It's so weird. Yeah, Sam, of course you can. Yeah, sweet toughness. There's so many things on the table that could have happened. I find it hysterical. Emily, you You don't even have to tell me where you go over here. I don't care. I don't pay attention. I just don't do the two-faced fence riding shit. If you come over here and are like kissing my ass or whatever, which some people do, and then go over there and kiss her ass and like actively stir the pot, there is some people that do that. That's the only thing I give a shit about when people lie. Otherwise, I don't care where you guys go. You know that. Well, you should know that. Buster one, do I give a shit? Why? What is wrong with you people? Are you all okay? Hey, my. Clue is friends with JLR, so she's no different than J for J. If that's your opinion, then feel free to go address it. Okay, I might be. Hey, shift happens. I'm outside. Green eyes and butterflies. I'm like, I don't fucking know. Clue called and is friends with JLR. Why won't you call her out? How do you know that she's calling JLR and friends with JLR? You would call up somebody that talks on the phone friends? Y'all are weird. Oh goodness. No, Lavina, you didn't. Buster Let is just being goofy. Anyways. Call her out then. I love when I love when people come in here and do shit like this. Call her out then. God damn it, I said call her out. That means call her out. Why do you guys all think I'm like everybody's monitor or babysitter around here? It's fucking funny to me. It's super funny to me. Butterfly, they only listen to certain parts. I, feel free. You guys just ignore the person. Oh, Buster one, oh Lord. You only call out people you don't like, Becky. Play fair. What am I playing, first of all? And secondly, I don't call people out. I call out their fucking misinformation. And if they're harmful to victims in their stories, I will address them. Clue, you obviously have a personal issue with. Did she hurt your fifis? Did she steal your Cheerios? Like, if so, take it up with her. Whiskey is amazing. Whiskey is fucking amazing. Hey, Norma. You staying cool down there, Norma? I said, I said I have to be on. It shouldn't be a side. Oh no, Emily, I'm not talking about you fence riding. You know, if you're in those chats, you'll understand who it is that fence rides. That's the only thing I don't like. I don't give a shit what people where they go, what they do. Hey, Sheila. Tracy, it's just Busta. Yeah, I don't give a shit where you guys go. You're a hypocrite, Becky. No shit. No fucking shit. I am the junior high school principal now. I am the Krama fucking principal, I guess. And here's what I've realized. Please take this with a grain of salt because a lot of you come from the Krama community. So I've been sitting back a little bit and watching a little here and there. You guys, I couldn't tell you half of who these Krama people are that people talk about. I don't like the Krama community personally at all. And the reason why I don't like it is I don't like how they go from using true crime cases and building their channels off of that. And then next thing you know, a lot of the creators in that arena become the victims themselves and take the spot of the victims that they're telling. No, you guys are all public creators and chose to be on this free app. The families and the victims, that they didn't get a choice. They didn't get a choice. So to overshadow the victims by starting this back and forth, like these people are out to destroy each other. A lot of the trauma, like the people that I've learned that are in the trauma community. Now, you guys might have a whole different list of people that you're thinking, but the ones that I'm thinking of, the ones that I've learned of recently, holy shit, victim status 101 and overshadowing victims and gross, disgusting behavior. Ugh, yuck, gross, ew, yuck, nope, nope, there's no need for that. PJ, Betty, and BJ, Little Minx, that's her three. So it's probably one of them. Could be just a random troll too. Hey Mal, stop white knighting for strangers on the internet. You all have mental issues. You all are a cult. Buster One, are you saying I'm a cult leader? I've always wanted the title of a cult leader. Sorry you can't think for yourself. It's just crazy to me. Absolutely, Sheila. Sheila, 100%. It's just weird. Like, and there's so many different, like, who I think is in certain communities, you guys might think are in different communities. I'll tell you something here, and this might offend some of you, but I think it's gross what's happening to Stephanie Harlow and her ex-husband or soon to be ex-husband. I know that they put it out here publicly. I get it. I get people, they're public figures. I get she has a big platform, but that just seems so intimate to me and invasive and private, and there's children involved. Like, I just can't get behind that shit. I just can't. I That bothers me. That case really bothers me. I don't like it. Feels like TMZ. It feels a lot like TMZ reporting on stuff like that. Like, that just feels so personal to me. I just ugh. It feels gross. And they put it on the internet. Don't get me wrong. Like, he put it out here, but they have children. Like, what about your children? I don't know. That's just I don't see that shit as content. Yeah, it feels really, really intentional, and it just feels gross. It just feels like people get on this internet and forget about like common decency. You might be trying to get revenge against your ex by doing this shit, but you're gonna eventually hurt your children. True, genealogy. True. TMZ does have more class and dignity than a lot of these people. That is fucking true. No, I don't think, does she do, I've never seen her do makeup. That's, shit, that's Kenzie's. Kenzie likes the one that does the makeup and the cold case stuff. Yes, they have Melissa Jade. Melissa, y'all, Melissa did a community post the other day, and I was so glad to see it because I rarely catch, I catch the shit of this shit, okay? So I was really excited to see a good community post. But she was talking or asking, she did, I think it was a poll about the creators on TikTok that do the battles. Oh, gross. Well, I don't remember exactly how it was worded, so don't quote me, but TikTok battles, how many of you are on TikTok? I know a lot of you just recently got TikTok because of Tony and his shenanigans, but how many of you have been on TikTok for quite a while and have seen the battles? Like, I know full on law enforcement officers, two of them that I can think of right off the top of my head, that had full time careers as law enforcement that stopped their law enforcement careers to grift off of women online by saying, "Let's go, send me coins, let's go." Oh, God, that drives me fucking batty. Fuck the battles. That is such exploitation. Oh, she started out doing makeup reviews. Interesting, Deets. I didn't know that. See, I don't know much about her. Virtual, it is, Melissa, it is virtual panhandling. Oh, yeah. OPP, yep. Yeah, that's the whole trauma thing. It's replace the victim with victimhood status of infighting between creators. Yeah, it's what it is. Do you do the battles? Let's go. Ugh, that fucking. I've never seen so many grown people. There's a creator, a male creator that, well, she's a fucking nut job. The nut job creator on TikTok gave him. She was getting divorced. Get this. She's getting divorced. And she ran her husband's credit card up and gave another male creator in his battles like over $60,000 because she was trying to fuck with her ex and run his credit cards up. Meanwhile, going through a divorce with this guy and then fell out with the creator she had gifted over 60K to. It's wild. Oh, Jolene, I'm glad to hear that. It just drives me nuts. Alyssa, thank you for the gifted membership. I just can't with these people. I cannot. Cannot. Hey, Beth. Oh, Melissa Jade, during COVID, it was so bad on TikTok. People all day, every day, that's all they did. And now they, like I said, I know two law enforcement officers that quit their jobs. Well, one's a complete fraud. He goes by I am Emery. That guy is a complete legit fraud. Oh yeah, check it out. He's been exposed so many times, and he used to go live in his patrol car outside his house. And people, unfortunately, a lot of the people that support these people live on fixed incomes. It's so exploitive. Oh, absolutely, Josh. Yeah, I don't even know how all of the like the funding and stuff works on TikTok, but it's wild. And to see grown adults, like that was a kids app originally. That was set, it's a kids app. So to see all these grown adults doing it and they'll be battling while talking about true crime cases. Oh, extra level of cringe. Yes, yep. It's me, Tiffany. Officer, I like Udi some. Kingry, I think, is cringe as fuck. He got divorced and then is now with some chick on TikTok that, they push his music, but I'm not a fan. Um, Everything's so public on those apps. Like, it's just, we give shit to Kyle. Okay, so I gotta tell on Kyle for a minute because it's hysterical. So we have this LED light thing. And no matter if Kenzie gets on the app on her phone or if Kyle gets on the app on his phone, there's always a Bumble ad constantly. That's the first thing that pops up is a Bumble ad on any of them. And so Kyle starts playing because he was trying to turn the lamp on behind me. And I know, Revival, I decided my girls are still asleep. We got to leave here shortly, but they poor Kyle. He opens up his phone and he looks at me and he rolls his eyes and he's like, that fucking ad. And I'm like, uh-oh, it's your algorithm. What are they throwing you ads for? And he's like, shut up. And Kenzie opens hers and she gets a Bumble ad. And I'm like, see, what are you guys up to? Y'all on dating sites? I was like, I think I'd be afraid. And Kyle's like, shut up. And I'm like, I'm going to put you on the, are we dating the same guy? Sites. And he's like, shut up and go away. I always give him so much shit. I was like, can you imagine though? Uh people on TikTok are just wild. Fucking wild. It gets crazy to me. Yeah, it's really sad, Layla. The Stephanie Harlow stuff is really sad. It's sad. They have kids. I like the farm animals too. I love all the animals on TikTok. That's what is in my algorithm most of the time. Except, Kodo, are you in here? Kodo is one of my only buddies that knows about all the drama with the swinger group on TikTok. And I still pay attention. They just had court, all of that stuff. It became true crime, though. So it's kind of interesting. But talk about shit show 101 over there. Woof. To look at hot men in shop. I'm sorry, but I don't like my men filtered. And a lot of the TikTokers, the men use filters worse than the women. And a lot of the men sit and do the battles and say, let's go. And then they put these fake cowboy hats on and unbutton their shirts and they stare into the camera like they're trying to seduce you or something. And they fucking look like Kenny on South Park. Like, what are you doing? Trying to make love to the camera with your eyes so little old ladies send you gifts on TikTok. Like, what has life become? Oh, I'm 45 years old and it's my life goal to make love to the camera with my eyes and tip my hat to the little ladies and unbutton my shirt. Dude, have you left your mom's basement? Have you ever left your mom's basement? Like, come on now. A battle is where two creators on TikTok or four go head to head. Like, it's like dual streaming. So it's like if Chico popped up here, right? So it would be me and Chico. But on TikTok, there's battles. So it's like a timed battle where people send as many gifts, and whoever wins, whoever gets the most gifts wins the battle, and they move up the rankings. It's a whole freaking stupid thing. Oh my God, Emerald Skies, that cracks me up. Oh my gosh. Oh, Duchess, there are some very strange people. TikTok Shop is addicting. I know quite a few of the sellers on TikTok Shop, actually. A lot of them were ex LuLaRoe sales people. Lavina, that doesn't. There is some handsome. There is this one woman, though. I don't remember what. She's Native American. I don't remember what her tribe is, but she's got facial tattoos and a chest piece, and uh, it's all traditional ink for her tribe. She is freaking stunning. She is one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. And she's got long, oh God, she's just beautiful. I'll find her. She's she's super amazing to watch though, because she talks about MMIW stuff all the time, and she talks about traditions and heritage and stuff for the Native Americans. She's amazing. But she is honestly one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. Lisa Richards, yep. I know exactly who that is. Oh, do you guys know who's back on TikTok? Shit. Some of you guys on YouTube would know who she is. Ashy Cat. Miss Ashy Cat is back. She had a baby. I didn't That's mind blowing to me. Good morning, everybody. Tracy, right? I know. Some of them I just cringe. Right, Revival? The damn ads. Too filtered, yes. No. Here's that's still not snatched. Oh, Lisa Richards is a whole shit show. Wait, is somebody talking shit to you, Melissa Jade? Am I scooting over it? Where is it? Oh, right there. Hakuna Matata. Wait, why are you asking? MJ's like, what? You're on the innocent side with animals, recipes, crafts, health jokes. I can't say the same. I can't say the same. 25K watching you draw, Angel. There is some artists on TikTok that Kyle will get me watching, and they're amazing. Oh, okay. Okay. Do your boobs hang low? Do they wobble to they and fro? Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a bow? Fucking every time, every goddamn time it goes there. I don't know why. What's wrong with me? I've broken. It's fine. It's whatever it is. That's just the song I always sing. This is the song that never ends. It goes on and on, my friend. You can tell I'm around kids all day fucking long. At went the little green frog one day. At went the little. If you guys could only see my facial expressions to that one. Sally, where are you going? Up to take a bath. Her body was like a toothpick. Her hair was like a rat tack 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 tack. Oh my goodness. Oh my soul. There goes Sally down the hole. Same song, same verse. Gonna get louder. Gonna get worse. Yeah. Anybody remember those from bus trips when you were a kid? You're welcome. You can have them all stuck in your heads today. Don't even ask me how we got there. Oh my God. Speaking of things hanging low, you mentioned BHB. I mean, the gels. But hey, that kind of runs in my family too. My mom has gels. You know who freaking BHB, man? Let your hair go gray. Let your hair go gray. Let it go. Oh, absolutely, Jaguars. You know I do. You freaking know it. Can I help you investigate me? Would you like to know? Melissa Jane's like, let's play with this troll. Can you throw him over his shoulder? God. Let it go gray. The multi-toned isn't working. MJ, if you want us to block him, just tell me. You were holding your own, but hey, Helen. It's a pretty neutral. She was in the medical field? What? What was she? Was she one of those doctors to help people pull their heads out of their asses, or does she need one of those? I don't know what you're talking truth about. I don't even know what you're doing over here. I don't usually pick on people's hair. She just needs to let it grow. Let it grow out. Y'all, anybody else excited? She's going to a political rally this weekend. I'm so fucking excited because we get to watch her inlay more propaganda and more rhetoric off of her. Again, I don't care who you vote for, who you like, but watch how she does it. She will find some more fucking clickbait bullshit off of this rally this weekend and she'll inlay it into her true crime. Watch. Who's pocket watching people? What are you guys doing? Corey, I was wondering if she was going for like a new skunk look or some shit. I don't know. Oh, absolutely, literally, literally. Yes, she will. She absolutely will. It'll be interesting though because the way she inlays shit, she works it in. Oh, Revive 100%. I am. I'll be honest. I miss Heels right now. I miss Heels because Heels was like a Rolodex, and she'd be smacking so many people upside the head, saying, "What are you guys doing? He's the same as he's always been." Oh, Revival, thank you. Lavina, I love it. I freaking love it. Yes, I love it so much. I love all the different tribal discussions, like the different, there's a lot from Canada that I catch that is bringing awareness, people that are bringing awareness, and it's incredible. There's a lot of good content in that arena for sure. I agree with you there. But the sad thing is jury watching. Are you guys still watching that Karen Reed stuff? Is that still going on? Are they still waiting on a verdict? Is that what's happening there? I couldn't get into that shit. I just couldn't. Those people are wild to me. That whole thing is wild to me. My mods know. They can hit anybody they want upside the head with their crowbars. Awaiting verdict. Oh, fun. I'm waiting for kids to get up and we got to go to the dentist and then to therapy. Therapy Thursday. You know how that goes. Dental visits. Ugh. Hope agreed. But she's got a lot of friends that are doing stupid shit with her. You got bored with the trial? I haven't watched any of it. I followed a couple TikTok creators, but I don't have enough full context to even know what's going on. Just so you guys know, I talked to you guys about that case here locally to me with the horrific abuse. I made a personal choice that there's no way I could emotionally invest myself in that. I know my boundaries and that triggers me on a personal level. I don't think I could contain myself being face to face with or in the same room with that. I'm just not. I take that shit way too personally because of my life investment into helping kids like that. And I know myself well enough to know that I don't have that restraint to not pop my mouth off and say something I shouldn't. So it's best for me to just sit on the outside and watch from afar. Um, Sheila, um, I have, but I'm not going to talk about it on here. Glory, there's 2 videos of her that I'm going to review this week, hopefully, if I have time tomorrow. Yeah, Melissa, yeah, that's a boundary for me for sure. Thank you, Shorty. Yeah, there's just no way. Yeah, there's no way I could do that. I I realize that that's just too far for me. Um and not physically, like distance wise it's fine, but there's just some things that Idaho 4 is personal for me and I can't watch coverage on it. It's nothing personal to anybody that covers it. I can't watch it. Um Sheila, I need to text you. Anywho, I can't. It's just been one of those things that I get super upset every time I watch people cover it because the way they perceive Idaho, the people in Idaho, what they've done to families, what some of the family members have done to each other. It's too much. And then with my own sister having Ann Taylor listed as her attorney, I was like, nope, that's not gonna work out well. So we just walk away from shit like that. Certain things I can't do. Hey, Candy. Oh, we're not doing anything fun. We're just bullshitting this morning. I was just bored. Everybody else, the girls are still asleep. I've got to get them up in like 10 minutes so they can get ready. Then we got to go. We'll be gone from, well, most of all of the day. So they have their schedules laid out, their times laid out, transitions laid out. It's hard. Dentist is hard for kids with sensory issues. And then like back to back dental appointments and then therapy after is always a rough day. So we're going in head first today all at once. Yeah, Idaho's too much for me. Oh, River House. Yeah, the treadmill dad. That's oof. Shorty, so I lived in Post Falls, which is right next to Coeur d'Alene where some of those girls were. I'm not going to go into how personally close I am. I coached soccer and Post Falls, rec soccer in Post Falls for quite some time. My daughter is the same age as some of those kids. If you put two and two together. There was one that went to school in Post Falls that is friends with a lot of Kenzie's friends that know each other. Um, there is family members that have had past interaction with my sister and her friends, if you get what I'm saying. It's all way too connected for me. And then you have weirdos saying that there's just the bullshit that they've made in that case into just pisses me off. Just fucking straight up pisses me off. My mom still lives in that area. Coeur d'Alene's a small area. Idaho's small. Like, those towns are small. Everybody knows everybody. There's a lot of vacationers in Coeur d'Alene because it's a lake area. Um, it's a beautiful area, gorgeous, beautiful. Lake Coeur d'Alene is like nothing else. The floating green off of Coeur d'Alene Resort is beautiful, but yeah, it's just way too personal for me. I bawled and bawled and bawled for days after that happened. I covered a few of the things in the very beginning and then quickly was like, nope, emotionally taxing. Goodbye. Yeah. Yeah, it's too much. It's way too much. There's just too much in some of these cases like that. Um, and it reminds me so much. Well, we've talked about, some of you guys were here when we talked about Shasta Groney and the trauma that she experienced and stuff. Uh, yes, Tracy. Yes, Joseph Edward Duncan. Yep, Shasta Groney. That case haunts me to this day. What happened to that family was, and if you know that area, you know how like that house sat out by Wolf Lodge by itself. Like, you drive by it on the interstate off of 90 and you're like, it was always there. Like, it was a fixture. And just to know that how that all went, Tracy, that is one that is just still, it doesn't matter how long it's taken. That case will always haunt me. There's a case out of Florence, Montana. Do any of you guys remember this story? It was on Dateline. It's probably been 20 years now. Well, shit, it's probably been like 23 years because I was 18, 19. Hold on, baby.
Thank you.
Hold on. There's a couple of you that sent money that I got after the fact. So Alana ordered how many more books?
Three.
Three more books. Big old books. Big old novels. She ordered with it. So she's telling those that sent that thank you. You want to say it again?
Thank you.
Okay. Hold on. All right. Sorry. She was asking if she could watch manga recaps. I said, not this morning. We've got to get ready. Hey, Shop. It's your first day of summer break. Yay. Hey, Tammy. Yes. Okay. So back to the Florence one. So in Florence, Montana, I was 18, 19. I was bartending, and I think I was, I don't know if I was pregnant yet or not. I remember it happening, but I cannot remember if I was pregnant. I was working at a bar in Darby. I was closing. Anyways, a guy went in broad daylight into a salon in Florence, Montana, right off the highway, Highway 93, and murdered two of the women and one client, I think. If I can't remember the specific details now. I'm gonna have to go back and look. But the it was a horrific, brutal, brutal event. And walked out wearing a trench coat is what people said. Never has been found. Never, ever. There's never been any follow up, and that was a horrific event. Oh, Tracy has for sure. Shasta has been gone through shit. She went missing herself too. She is very sweet. Yep, she's very sweet. Hey, Christy, that's a case, a cold case. That's still one of the ones that I don't understand. Broad daylight, and I'll find I'll find information and share it with you guys because that would be an interesting case for people to cover, especially if they never saw it. Oh, hold on, let me go grab my iPad right quick if it's charged, and I'll look it up right quick and tell you guys. It was on Dateline. It hasn't been covered in a while. It horrific, horrific, brutal murders, and nothing's ever been done. Let me look. Oh, is it dead? Probably. Of course, it's dead. It's dead. I'll look at it and I'll find out. I'll find the information. We'll talk about it some other time. Oh, Patty, thank you so much. Thank you. Anyways, all right, y'all. Now one little one's up. Yeah, Angel, and they never been found. And that's a small fucking area. Like if you know, so Florence is south of Missoula. So it goes Missoula, and then if you go down south to the Bitterroot Valley, it goes Missoula, Lolo, Florence, Stevie, Corvallis, Hamilton, Darby. I mean, there's other small towns, Victor's in between, but those are tiny little freaking towns. Little towns. And to happen in broad daylight, I remember the reason I remember it so much is because there was a guy that used to come in the bar and he was just creepy. He came out of nowhere and he would creep the other patrons out. He would creep us bartenders out. And I was young, 18, 19. I started bartending when I was 18. And he would sit in the bar and he would make these really freaking weird statements. One night he made some really off the wall, like creepy ass statements. And I lived behind the bar that I bartended. So I would just close up the entire bar, lock the doors, and walk across the alley into my backyard and go home. Every night, that's what I did after I closed at 2 a.m. And this one night in particular, he made some really weird statements to me. And it was just sent the hair on the back of my head. Like it was terrible. So I called the owner of the bar, but they were on vacation and they said, "You do not leave that. You can stay in our house," because they had an apartment attached to the back of the bar. "You can stay there tonight, but you do not walk home." Well, I had a dog, so I had to go home. So they made me call for a police escort to make sure I got from the back of the door of the bar to my house, which was just across the alley. And they wouldn't let me leave. So I had to wait for a trooper to come all the way from Hamilton to Darby to walk me across but that I'll never forget it. Never ever. I think that's why people don't bother me that bad. I grew up bartending at 18 in a logging community. Like if you've ever seen loggers get down and throw down, like male loggers, like if you've ever seen an anvil picked up with one hand and chucked across the street, you don't know what you're talking about. We used to have Barstool Olympics, and those big old guys would take their shirts off and go sliding across the top of the bar to see who could get the furthest. One of them picked up an anvil and was drunk as a skunk and tapped it on the ground twice with one hand and chucked it across the window, across the front window of the other bar. Those people are wild. That's why I think I have no bullshit left. Sama, thank you for being here for 7 months. Lavina, I'm going up. Yeah, Tracy, I did know that. Um, Not seeing. I need to team up with Lisa R to get help. Oh, I'm sorry, Lavina. You do not want to team up with anybody like that, though. No, do not do that. Do not team up with Lisa Richards. Or who's that other chick that has all the GoFundMe's? There's another one on TikTok that does. Chelsea Graham. Yep. Mom of three boys. That's really interesting because to me, she kind of wanted to go on a walkabout, like disconnect and kind of set it up, it seems like to me. But people are still looking for her. Christy B, I have some crazy stories. I don't know if you've ever been here when I've talked about I had a man get upset with his girlfriend for dancing with another guy and came and shot himself with a 357 outside my bar and then came in holding his face with part of it blown off, and I had to get him out of the bar. He was asking me to call 911. It obviously didn't, he didn't take his life. Um, I still to this day don't know how he made it, but I had a packed bar. It was fire season in Montana, and I'll never forget that. I had to lay on him in the parking lot for 10 minutes while he went into shock while the ambulance came. He survived. But yeah, I think it teaches you something else. Like big time. That's when I really learned about mental health and people struggling and alcoholism. Like I never was around that stuff growing up. It was never talked about. So that was a real learning experience. I still have nightmares about that shit. It was not something I could really understand. Oh, yeah, Christy, I get it. Yep. Loggers, bikers, yep. Yeah, Tammy, it was awful. Yep. The gentleman, I'll never forget that incident ever. That's true, Angel. Yep. Oh, Josh, that sucks. Yeah, that. And the sad thing is they ended up being together after. She was just dancing with another guy, but they were sauced up, and he got really upset. He was struggling as is, and I he was the owner of the bar's best friend at the time, and it was just a lot. I couldn't handle it. I actually ended up quitting that bar and went to work across the street because I couldn't face seeing him again. And when he got out of the hospital, he came right back in, and the owner expected me to serve him, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't serve this man. And it wasn't because I was mad at him. I had trauma from that. I was 18 years old. Like I was fucked up from that. I did too, shorty. I grew up around all sorts of different people. Like I have such a different my family on both sides is so different. So my mom ran with her high school best friends were like chapter presidents of the Banditos. We have Hell's Angels, like that side of it. And then my dad's side was and is extremely religious. So I have quite the wild back and forth. Seen a little bit of it all from all sides. When people talk about like the cults and stuff and how crazy it is when they walk into those churches that people are speaking in tongues and throwing themselves on that's what I grew up in. I don't that's normal to me. Like what are you guys talking about? That's not abnormal. It is. It really is, but oh, Lurker sending you hugs. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lurker. I don't even have the right words. I know your heart's hurting. Oh, Shorty, that's funny. I'm not on any side of it. Kyle's uncle was friends with Sonny Barger. Like I have crazy stories. I have lived a life crazy. Like it's just crazy. Crazy, crazy. I was talking to my nephew the other day and he's 25 and I helped raise him when he was little on and off. He lived with me and we were talking about stuff from when he was young that he remembers and he was bringing up stuff and I was like, "Holy shit. Yep, that happened. Yep, I remember that." He remembers one time I lived outside of Lolo. I lived up the middle of freaking nowhere. And I had mountain lions, bobcats, mountain lions at my front door. Like that's how remote I was. And it was just Kenzie and I that lived out there. And we had wild turkeys all the time. But he always used to think that the mountain lions would protect us from anybody that would come up there because you couldn't even go outside after dark. You could just see their eyes. It was creepy. Bartender stories, holy shit, it really does. It really, Christy, it really does. Until you see some of that and some of the pain and suffering people go through on a daily or the loneliness, I used to love it. My old guys, I told you guys this before, they started me a diaper fund. Like, I got really close with a lot of my stuff. Lolo Pass, yes. Yep, KM. I lived up Lolo Pass, up Highway 12, in the middle of nowhere. Sure did. I've lived all over. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful area for sure. Yes, absolutely, Shorty. I've always had the gift of gab, as my father would say. I've always been able to talk, but bartending really makes you like learn how to communicate with people from different walks of life. And I grew up in North Dakota and Montana. Y'all know there's no cultural diversity fucking whatsoever. Like very, very little. And even growing up on a Native American reservation, that's where my mom graduated from Ronan. My grandparents owned a bowling, or my grandparents' siblings, my great aunt and uncle owned the bowling alley in Big Fork on Flathead Lake. Like I grew up with some diversity, but very little, very, very little. So when I was in my young 20s, I moved to Washington State, not knowing anybody, not having anything, just wanted a different adventure, wanted opportunities, things that I'd never been around. And it was a melting pot, and I loved every minute of it. Absolutely loved it. And I really learned a lot about life. I have friends that have never left Watford City, have never left Darby. And it's like, I don't understand it. Um, Darby isn't a vacation area necessarily, Christy. So I bartended in Darby. I also bartended in Florence. There was a big bar that I managed there. And then I also casino ran in Billings. None of them were really, I wouldn't say vacation areas. Darby does get quite a few like tourists through because it's right at the end of Montana, Idaho border going into Salmon, Idaho. So it does get quite a bit of traffic like that. Fire season is more what we would have. We'd have the Forest Service guys come in and that stuff. But basically, no, it was mostly a logging community. So did you guys know the show Axeman? My mom's ex-boyfriend's son, so two of their sons, owned logging companies that show detailed and followed around. Yep, out west. Yep. R&R Connor logging, Ryan and Robin Connor. That was, my mom dated their dad for quite some time, so I know those guys really well. I went to school in Billings. In the Heights. I lived in the Heights when Kenzie was a baby. We used to go to the country club called the Wild West in Billings and go dancing all the time. Reed Point. I have family in Reed Point, yeah. Well, actually, I think they're deceased, but well, Jenny is, but I don't know about her son. Hey, cold case. Marlboro Ranch trip. Josh, where was that at? Was that over at Big Sky? The Red Lodge Rodeo on 4th of July is one of my favorites. They fly in on their little planes because the private airstrip is right behind the rodeo grounds, and you can watch them fly in. Because for those of you that don't know, the rodeo circuit around 4th of July is crazy. So they go from one circuit to another. They usually hit the high, well, if they're invited, the high purse rodeos, and that's amazing. Okay, yeah, that would be up by Red Lodge. My mom worked at Triple Creek Ranch. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's outside of Darby. It's a huge like celebrity place. David Letterman, Jim Carrey, Bruce Willis. Jim Carrey actually hid behind curtains in his cabin and scared the bejesus out of my mom and a few others. David Letterman got pulled over and ticketed in our little town. Like a lot of those people have homes in that area. Hoyt Axton, Hank Williams, Kid Rock, Michael Moore. Do you guys remember Michael Moore? I used to register all Michael Moore's vehicles and help him with his property taxes. You get unfazed by that shit. Genealogy, that's on Kenzie's bucket list, is to go to the Houston Livestock Show. Oh, Reed Point that's kind of middle of nowhere. That's kind of out there in the middle of nowhere. But it is beautiful. Jenny and Clarence, family of mine, my dad's side of the family. I don't know exactly what line of cousins they are. My family does the whole thing like second cousin once removed thing, and it gets really fucking confusing. So, anywho, I don't remember what line of cousins they were, but they owned homes in Reed Point, outside of Reed Point, for quite some time. Bozeman's beautiful. All right, y'all. I'm gonna pop out of here. Oh, hold on. Let me show you guys this right quick. Oh, don't mind what I look like. I look like shit. I gotta go get ready, but yes, Helen, that's on our bucket list. Look at Kyle got. Hold on. Can you guys see how big this fucking umbrella is? Don't mind. I look like hell this morning. Do you see how huge that freaking umbrella is? Hold on. You see how massive that fucker is? And it's got lights on it. I don't know if you can see. You can't tell right now, but it's got these little lights on it. Oh, I look like shit. He got it really cheap too. Look at that sucker. It's massive. It doesn't really help. It doesn't really help at all. Not at all. It's still 108 degrees, even with that out there. And the pool feels like a freaking hot tub. It's like 90 degrees. It's not even refreshing. It's gross. Genealogy, I will ask him because I'm not sure. I think Amazon, but I'm not positive. So I will ask him where he got it. Hold on. Let me show you guys Whiskey. If I can find her. Whiskey. Oh, yeah, there she is. Hold on. She's always around here somewhere. Hold on. What you doing? Can you guys see her? Why does it do this? Whiskey, can you say hi to your friends? Why does it do that shit? It gives this little line. Hold on. Well, I can see it on there. Crazy. There is the baby with her toy. Can you say hi to your friends? She's like, no, I got my toy. There she is. There she is. There's the baby. She is, oh, I'll post videos today. That's what I will do. I will post videos. Grandma, her and Smush have been fighting over boxes. It's the freaking cutest thing ever. There she be. But I'll post videos for you guys today of her because, oh my goodness, she is a mess. She is a constant mess. Like, she's calm right now, but let me tell you, She is a spaz and it's terrible. So, all right, you guys have a great day. I will see you guys back tomorrow. Be safe out here. Christy B, thank you for becoming a member. Remember, don't take everything as fact. Please do your research. Let law enforcement kind of lead the way because people are jumping the gun and mixing things in that don't. Oh, Patty, I'll post a video. Yeah, you think Janice? Auntie Janice sent those little shrimp things, and the cats are obsessed with them. But Kyle finished this job, Patty, and I got to share it with you guys because it's like a whole freaking room. This one's gorgeous. This one takes the cake. So I'll do one of those for you guys too today. All right, y'all. Have a good day. Bye.